This video is brought to you by BETUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What up, y'all? JP is here. Today we are reacting to Jonny on I's The Truth About the 1992 Dream Team. A lot of debating whether or not the Dream Team of 1992 can beat the 2024 USA team right here. So there's been a lot of back and forth of 1992 is better than 2024. 2024 is better than 1992. So there's a lot of back and forth and people really breaking it down here. So, but you know, I always loved my 1992 Dream Team: Magic, Larry, Michael Jordan, David Robinson, and so on. So let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm very interested to see Jonny on I's analysis, and usually he will be on point in terms of his analysis, but it's his opinion though. So I'm very intrigued to see what he says right here. So definitely in the comments below, tell me who you think will win between 1982 and the 2024 team. Put it in the comments. Let's get to it. Love the fact, because you know what's funny is I'm sorry that I paused it, is that I was going back and forth with one of my friends today before we started playing pickup basketball. He was asking me my opinion of who I think was going to win between 1992 and 2024 team, and then he brought up the fact that Larry Bird was shot, he wasn't the same and stuff like that, and I'm like, Larry Bird will still come and give you buckets. Like, there was one game in the Olympics he led the team in scoring with a broken back. With a broken back, he led the team in scoring. Like, don't say that Larry Bird shot. Larry Bird will give it to you. You piss him off, he will give it to you. He will make you pay the price. I'm just saying, all this about Larry Bird being shot, like, come on now. It's just ridiculous. And then Colin Cowherd's going in about, oh yeah, Jason Tatum's better than Scottie Pippen and all that. A lot of people just hate Scottie Pippen. I mean, I just don't really get the hate towards Scottie Pippen. I really do not understand. Yes, he played with Michael Jordan, but I mean, damn, Scottie Pippen was a hell of a player too. A great all-around player, could pass, the athleticism he had, the defense, and then go get the rebounds. Come on, man. Scottie Pippen was just awesome. Now, could we ever see a chance for him to, have his own team and stuff? We've seen it in those 2 years. One of those years, he was third in MVP voting behind, I think it was, who won it? Hakeem, and I think Shaq was the second, or it might have been David Robinson. I don't really remember. But I remember Scottie was in the top 3 of MVP voting. Like I say, you just never know the answer if, like, he would have been a much better player with the team around him and stuff, because he was playing with Michael Jordan. But hell, he won 6 championships. Come on now. And then the whole thing about the ball handling and stuff like that, like, it's just flat out ridiculous. Like, Magic was really good at handling the basketball. So was, Stockton. Just they're point guards. They're labor point guards for a reason. You're supposed to be able to handle the basketball. Okay? Shit, Michael Jordan can handle the basketball. Like, goodness gracious. Let's go ahead and go back. I'm sorry, y'all.
Anthony Davis on this team's a much better player than Patrick Ewing. Give me a break. Tatum's much better than Scottie Pippen. LeBron right now is better than Magic was to me at 32 and 33 years old.
Oh my God.
1992, Larry Bird was cooked. Magic Johnson
had
already announced his retirement. So I'm not going to let you all of a sudden be like, oh, back in my day.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go.
Here's the problem that I have, and no disrespect to the 1992 Olympic team, but half of those guys were a little past their prime.
Okay, so here's the current USA team listed on the screen. And let me make this clear, this team is stacked.
They're stacked.
Most of these guys can do a multitude of things well.
Yes.
And I really like the way these stars complement each other.
Yes.
But make no mistake, they still haven't won a gold medal just yet.
Yes.
All this talk about them being better than the Dream Team will look ridiculous in hindsight
if they don't win the gold.
Losing to some random country. Now don't get me wrong, I think the US is going to win the gold.
They have to.
As a proud American, I certainly hope they win.
They better.
But I'm going to hold off all the comparisons until I see how the Olympics finish.
Yes.
The part about all of this that really grinds my gears is how the media lies about the 1992 Dream Team to artificially support their arguments.
Yes.
Let's take a look at some of those aspects. Yes, Larry Bird was not the player he once was.
Please explain, Johnny.
Due to his severe back injury.
Please explain.
But sometimes I think that critique is overstated.
Thank you!
I definitely wouldn't say that he was, quote, washed. Larry was still effective in his limited time.
Yes!
He was still 7th on that team in minutes and shot 52% from the field.
Thank you!
Sure, in hypothetical matchups where he's going up against elite small forwards of other USA teams, he would be a defensive liability because of his health. But that's when the Dream Team would sub in Scottie Pippen, who was a lockdown defensive player to say the least, and who was dangerous in transition.
It's team basketball, people.
Now the one that frustrates me the most is this one about Magic Johnson. I'm so tired of Magic getting thrown into this narrative of old washed up guys. That was not Magic Johnson at this point.
What up, y'all? JP here. I want to thank my sponsor for this video, BETUS. BETUS, America's favorite online sportsbook and casino. I am so excited because the Olympics are finally here, and for the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna go ahead and win me a lot of money right here because you got so many different sports to choose from. Which country is going to win the particular game or particular round? You got basketball, you got soccer, you got water polo, you got rugby, you got tennis, you got so many different sports represented in the Olympics. All you got to do if you want to win you some money and want to go with a favorite online sportsbook, all you got to do is sign up to BETUS. When you sign up to BETUS, all you got to do is click the link below the YouTube description. When you sign up, they are giving out a historic offer, which is 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. That's a hell of a deal for BETUS than any other sportsbook I know. And also they're gonna give you a 10% gambler's insurance. So 100% match for sports betting and a 25% match for the casino. Hell of a deal. And not only you can do a lot of bets, but you can also do live betting too as well, and also racebook and esports. Man, there's so many different options you can do with BETUS, but I will go ahead and take advantage because the Olympics is only for 2 weeks and you can win you some money in all these different sports that's represented in the Olympics. For why wait? Go ahead and sign up to BETUS today by clicking the link below the YouTube description. BETUS, America's favorite online sportsbook and casino. I mean, he was in the NBA Finals a year prior. I mean, 1991, did we see Magic Johnson in the NBA Finals against Michael Jordan's Bulls? Yes. I mean, he looked like he was still like one of the best players in the NBA at that time. Number 2 to Michael Jordan. I mean, he was in the MVP voting, wasn't he, a year prior before he had to make that announcement? He won MVP in 1990. And y'all saying Magic Johnson's washed? Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Get the fuck out of here. Talking about Magic Johnson's washed. Ah, come on now. I mean, goodness gracious. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. I'm tired of this wash-up Magic narrative. That's bullshit. When he was literally in the NBA Finals a year prior and was in the MVP discussion in the conversation and won MVP in 1990. What the fuck, people?
He didn't retire in 1991 because he was old and had nothing left in the tank.
Just HIV.
But he retired because he had HIV.
Yes.
And that's all there was to it.
That was it.
In the 1991 season, Magic was the runner-up for the league MVP award.
Thank you.
And the only reason he didn't win it
because
a prime Michael Jordan existed.
Exactly.
He had just led his Lakers to the NBA
Finals
in 1991.
Yes.
Without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
And Magic put up a fight in the
Hell
finals,
yes.
even without his two best weapons.
Yes.
James Worthy and Byron Scott.
Yes.
Who were missing time due to injuries. In his last game of NBA competition before his retirement, Magic put up a jaw-dropping triple-double of 16 points, 20 assists, and 11
rebounds against Chicago.
And those 20 assists were without the help of his two best scoring teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Just months before the 1992 Olympics took place,
he made the All-Star,
in the NBA All-Star game.
And won MVP.
He was incredible out there.
Yes.
Looking as if he was in his prime form.
Is it?
He was hitting shots with incredible
Thank you, Johnny.
efficiency.
Thank you.
His speed and playmaking were top-notch.
Thank you.
As he was named the All-Star Game MVP.
Thank you.
With a stat line of 25 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds on 75%
but they're gonna say
from the field.
All-Star Game's bullshit.
That was the guy who was playing for the 92 Dream Team. Not some washed-up has-been, but a guy who was likely the second-best basketball player in the world, only behind
Michael Jordan. Thank you.
Now let's be real here. The Colin Cowherds and the Nick Wrights of the world probably know all of this, but they mislead audiences on who Magic was at this point.
Yes.
Simply because it doesn't fit their narrative that they're trying to push.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I think this whole old Redeem Team narrative is a lie, not just about Magic Johnson. Outside of Magic and Larry Bird, not a single player on the Dream Team was above the age
They were in the prime. They were in prime.
All of these guys were in the prime of their careers.
Oh my God.
Not only that, but you really can't talk about the Dream Team and not talk about Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back and you watch Colin Cowherd's rant about how this team is so much better than the Dream Team, you'll see that he doesn't even mention Charles Barkley one time. Barkley was extremely aggressive on offense. He was making shots from all over the court, and he was an absolute nightmare in transition.
He was the leading scorer.
As he was the most common finisher on the fast breaks.
He's the leading scorer.
Barkley was the team's leading scorer by far. He averaged 18 points per game. He was also absurdly efficient, even from three-point range, as he made 7 out of his 8 attempts from that distance. Charles Barkley firmly believes that he was the best player during the 1992 Olympics, and many people, including yours truly, have said that he would have won the MVP of the Olympic Games if that had existed.
Yep.
Beyond that, consider the fact that Stockton and Malone were coming off the bench. The greatest pick and roll duo in NBA history was coming off the bench. Then you look at their shooters. A guy like Chris Mullin never gets any love for being the assassin that he was from three-point range.
Yes.
Over those 8 Olympic Games, he made 14 of his 26 three-point attempts, which is a scorching hot 53.8% from deep.
Yes.
Again, I'm not going to get into all the X's and O's of which team would win, because there's a lot to consider, and honestly, the whole conversation will just look ridiculous if the 2024 USA team doesn't end up winning the gold. But again, it's just how the mainstream media leaves out so many crucial details. How they don't talk about Mullen, how they don't talk about Barkley, how they say that Bird was completely washed, and they act like Magic was just as washed as well.
Ridiculous.
There's so many things that made that 1992 Dream Team great. And yes, I fully recognize that the rest of the world wasn't as good as the world is now. But still, that doesn't necessarily take away from the talent of the 92 team.
Exactly.
And it certainly doesn't make your argument look very strong when you need to omit so much information in order to convince people that you're making a decent argument. So what do you guys think? Is the 1992 Dream Team the greatest USA team of all time? And how do you think this current 2024 team stacks up? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below.
Great video by Jonny on that, as always. As always. Now, like I said, there might be some videos I might disagree with and all that, but this one, he really broke it down really well about the bullshit narratives that people like Colin Cowherd, Kendrick Perkins, Nick Wright, you know, other people just push and disrespect the 92 Dream Team and not bring up everything. Like he said, I don't even hear Colin Cowherd said anything about Charles Barkley. Hell, Charles Barkley was a beast. Like he said, like he was the leading scorer for the Dream Team. Well, Michael should have been this is what Younger's going to be saying. Well, Michael Jordan should have been the leading scorer because he was the best player in the world and stuff like that. Hey, it's a team sport, jackass. First of all, it's a team sport. It doesn't even matter who was the leading scorer. All 11 of them are Hall of Famers. You know, Christian Laettner was a great player. 11 of them was Hall of Famers. I mean, get the fuck out of here. I didn't even know about the whole Magic narrative about them pushing it to that he was washed up and all that. Like I said earlier in the video, he was freaking in the NBA Finals a year prior. He was the runner-up in the MVP conference. Could have won MVP if it wasn't for Michael Jordan that was reaching in his prime. Like prime in terms of winning championships. And then he won MVP in 1990. Goodness gracious. And what the hell is going on here? Whole thing about Larry Bird be pissing me off because Larry Bird was still a bucket. Yeah, he was a defensive liability and stuff like that because he's older with his health. But he still was giving out buckets. 3-point range, mid-range, layup. Because he was a smart basketball player. He knows what to do. Because he's a smart basketball player. And then y'all be saying, well, all of them is like out of their primes. Get the fuck out of here. Other than Magic and Larry, everybody was in their primes. They even had a Stockton Malone. I can't say Karl Malone because of what he did, but you had Stockton and Malone, the best pick and roll duo of all time, coming off the bench. You know, like, what are we doing here? Now, did the international teams get a lot better ever since the Dream Team? Yes. There was no dispute about it. That the international teams got a whole lot better. But don't make it say that the Dream Team will get blown out by the USA team right now. No, man. Like, even my friend was like, man, David Robinson couldn't handle Anthony Davis or Embiid and stuff. I was like, bro, y'all forget how great David Robinson is, man. Like, a guy at that size, very strong, athletic, and can run up and down the court. This dude was a league MVP in the NBA. Like, what are we doing here? Just this narrative is just so fucking ridiculous. Check out in my poll section, I put in who will win in this trio of Steph Curry, LeBron James, and KD versus Larry, Magic, and Michael in a 7-game series, 3-on-3 Olympic style basketball. It's in the community post. Please let me know your thoughts or vote. Or let me know your thoughts down here in the comment section. Yeah, we got to really do better in terms of media, of pushing the right narratives and getting all the facts straight instead of leaving information out so you can push the bullshit narrative that we have now. So it's just ridiculous. But definitely like this video. Really greatly appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to ItzJustJP for more content. I'm JP. We'll see you in the next video.